Hey everyone, welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So this is your extended reading for the week of May 23rd through the 29th, okay? And time is fluid, so it probably won't all happen this week, but something might kick off, right? Again, it's general, so it will not be for all of you. Please keep that in mind. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Stay a while. Thanks for coming. And if you're a return subby, thank you so much. Leave a comment. Let me know, that you enjoyed it, or if you have feedback, whatever the case is. So I'm going to be using the Tattoo Tarot deck. Haven't used this one in a while, and I just happened to grab it. So winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay. So I pulled some cards on TikTok. If you don't follow me there, make sure you do. So I'm going to go through that, and then we'll pull cards around more on this, but also money, career, and then relationship. Now, this is relationship related for sure. Spirit's like, it's romantic. We have the Ace of Wands and the Six of Cups in the upright, and then you have the Four of Pentacles. So for some of you, there could be this really hot, heavy, fun, intense, very strong chemistry driven relationship that kicks off for some of you, okay? And the thing is that you've never felt this way before. We always say that, don't we? But you really could have a very strong connection with the Six of Cups. You maybe feel like you've known this person for a very long time, and maybe you do have a soul connection or past life connection, and that could totally be the case. But I think for some of you are really closing yourself off, like trying to avoid hurt before anything takes place. Guilty. No, we all have been there because of things that have happened in the past. So for some of you, you're like, I'd rather just not even entertain this because it's probably just going to be a short burst of fun, and that's all it is. For some of you, you might entertain that, but you're definitely keeping this person, or possibly keeping this person, at arm's length. Because for many of you with the Four of Pentacles, you've really rebuilt, you've kind of gotten your life back into a more stable place. Your finances are looking probably a little bit better. You have more control of what's going on. And all of a sudden, like, once you have all this thing, everything kind of worked out and a little bit more manageable, out of nowhere comes this person or potential relationship with this intense chemistry. And again, very sexual energy too. And it's like, why are you coming in now? But isn't that always when it happens, when you least expect it, or when you're really not like prepared for it? So that certainly could be the case for some of you, okay? So let me pull some more cards and see what the heck is going on. And again, timing will be different for those of you who this resonates with, and this will not be for everyone. It's impossible for general readings to reach anyone who may watch this video, right? Okay, interesting enough. Oh man. This Ace right on top of it fell the 10 of coins. Not a person that could really be interested in a long-term stable relationship and has their shit together, God forbid, and they have crazy energy, right? Crazy, like really intense chemistry, and they're all about you. But here's the thing, we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. When I love the Queen of Swords, I pull this energy quite a bit just on a personal level. Very much strong association to air energy, so Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, but the Queen of Swords really is more, I would say, is more aligned to Libra energy, okay? Queen of Swords in reverse, in my opinion, is almost like chaos in a can, okay? In the upright, it's more controlled chaos, because this is somebody who, yes, always fiercely independent, very much no bullshit, very much about, I don't want to deal with any drama. I have really worked hard to get my life back to where it needs to be. Very much focusing on healing oneself. But in the reverse, sometimes that hurt and pain and some of that stuff kind of flares up, and you become very reactive. So it's like when you see a person that could be, let's just say, I hate using this term, but it's the only one that comes to mind. They're almost too good to be true, okay? And in some cases, and I always would tell you, in a retrograde, be careful, especially if it's somebody like from your past, even if they're new. In a retrograde, not to say you shouldn't start a relationship, because you're going to do what you want. But I would say take the time to get to know them. because this, as a new beginning with the Ace of Wands, is very fiery and passionate. There's a lot of creativity and, just like, yes, I want to get to know you and we should travel. And do we move in? There's all this like fun energy, but you do need to see if they're realistic. You need to see if like when the rubber hits the road, if like they're actually about it, because you need to see if they're really going to, what they say and what they do are in alignment, and are they really going to be true to who they are and who they, how they present themselves to you. The Queen of Swords in reverse is almost like always on offense, like always looking for something, like waiting for the shoe to fall, being like, So it's almost like you're looking for a reason that this person is going to do something bad. It's like, yes, I can't deny that I'm attracted to you, but I also don't trust you because of everything else that has happened in my life. But the thing is, that's not fair to this person. You need to give them a chance if you want and really see if they're genuine. And if they're not, then cut them away, right? Swipe, go for it. But if they actually like you and they're really trying, what's the harm? Okay. So it's kind of like convincing yourself. These are not the easiest cards for me to shuffle. I don't know why. Ooh. Okay, so the World card came out in reverse. I feel like this is a big lesson for you. This is a lesson, and it's trusting yourself. The Queen of Swords, number one, is so intuitive. So intuitive. Yes, we know you're independent. We know you're fierce. But the thing is that if you just cut anyone and everyone out of your life or potentially could make you happy, you are going to be most likely maybe more by yourself, okay? And that's okay. And having alone time and having that solitude is fine. But at some point, maybe you would like to enjoy your life or enjoy your time or want to share life experiences with somebody worthy, right? So I feel like this is a test for many of you to trust yourself. Number one, if the energy feels off with somebody coming in, especially if you have a strong connection with them, you need to recognize and kind of figure that out. Don't look outside of yourself for those answers. You know what's right. You know what feels off, right? The Knight of Wands. This person, I think this is twofold. Number one, I feel like you might feel like this is somebody who is just going to charge in and charge out, which I will say the Knight of Wands does have, there is potentially that it could happen. But again, I mean, if you were to enter into somebody's life and then you see this energy, like I wish you would, just ready to slice you, you'd probably been like, okay, never mind. So I feel like it's that type of energy. Like if you're not even going to be open and give somebody a chance, like I would say that they probably wouldn't want to waste their time, right? But I feel like the Knight of Wands, this Knight of Wands, and again, this certainly could be the person coming in, is going to be very, like, wants to get to know you, makes an effort. Like I tell anybody, it can be exciting and intimate and the chemistry is off the roof out of the gate. But you want to see if this person has the ability to have that like slow burn, right? To make it last and interesting and provocative, and that you have like this connection, but it's like this like ability to want to still get to know each other and experience, all these fun things rather than just like, hey, we went hot and heavy for a few months and now it's over. And I do think that this person with the Five of Cups in reverse, it's like they also have been through some shit too, haven't we all? And it's very much about, you know what? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to, be in a shitty relationship and stay longer than necessary and deal with things that, make me feel like I'm not the best version of myself and all of that, right? So I do think that for some of you and many of you, you probably do need to at least give this person a chance, see what they're about. And again, Trust your gut. If it feels off, then say sayonara. Goodbye. Queen of Cups in reverse. I do think Queen of Cups in reverse. That is very much like this whole like snooty tooty, I'm too good, don't bother me. You know, I really do think that many of you need to be a little bit more open, okay? I think a card flipped here. It did. Ha! The Tower! Oh, shit. This person could come in fast and furious and be a huge game changer for some of you. And again, I'm always a big believer that you meet people for a reason. So again, this does feel like has more potential than normal, but I don't really see this person as like a fly by night. But again, it's not for all of you. This Tower card doesn't feel negative. It feels positive. It feels like this is somebody who's going to knock you off of that high horse a little bit and been like, look, I know you're independent. I know you own your own stuff, but I still want to be in your life and I want to help you. I want to be there with you because I like you. And I think that might melt a little bit of that cold heart that you have going on. And again, when I say this, it takes one to know one because I pull a ton of that Queen of Swords energy. And I'm always like, I act like a feral cat. I'm just like, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. So I'm sure some of this I directed at me too. But the Tower card, this is very much abrupt change. It's a huge shift in direction. So for a lot of you who have been single for a while, this could certainly mean that out of nowhere, you're like, oh, I'm dating. Oh, this could be serious. So there is a big shift. Oh, man. And again, I think okay, so I'm going to pull one more card just from the top. Yeah. You know, this is interesting to me because the Nine of Cups came out in reverse, which is a little kind of contradictory what I just said, but the King of Coins right next to it. I do think that sometimes what we want most is not the best things for us, right? I always say that saying, but the Nine of Cups, I feel like this is not about you creating an environment that like everybody can just take from, because the Nine of Cups is that wealthy merchant, right? Like having a lot for others to enjoy. And I feel like for many of you, this big change and shift, it's like you're allowing people and aligning to people that are meant to come into your life, that are worthy of your time and space and energy, right? And again, I always tell people, this is the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. If it feels off, trust yourself and make room for somebody else, okay? So, but this does feel like sometimes what we think is the ideal relationship, like what we want, is not necessarily something that we need. So I feel like you might actually have somebody that turns into, and again, you have this like night energy that comes in and very excited and, you know, very passionate, but is really somebody who has, yes, passion, but is very stable, very like has a strong business acumen, understands that, you know, we do need to take things and figure things out and we need to get comfortable and, you know, build a strong foundation. The King of Pentacles is willing to build that castle. So for many of you, it's like this is somebody coming in because they want to build with you. They want to grow with you. This change feels positive. Every single person with the Tower card, a lot of people give this the really bad rap, okay? The Tower card can be positive or negative. It's just change. And a lot of people don't like abrupt change. And so for so many of you kind of being in this closed off space because you're like, this is mine. I've built this. Don't touch it. I don't want you touching my house. Or I don't want you thinking that you can put your clothes in my closet and sharing things. I don't want to share a bathroom. That kind of shit. I feel like even though like deep down you keep saying that you don't want that, I feel like this person is going to kind of like come in and you're going to see a lot of potential because remember, we got that 10 of Pentacles over that Ace of Wands. So there could be somebody who finally walks the walk. He talks the talk or she talks the talk or they talk the talk and they walk the walk. Okay. So it's that type of vibe. Interesting. Okay. That was longer than I expected. let's pull a few cards around money and career, because I think we've kind of hit the relationship on the, we've talked about relationships enough. Okay. Okay, so in the money, be really careful. We have 7 of Swords and we have the Star in reverse. So all's not lost, but I feel like you need to be really careful when it comes to people trying to coerce you or for investments, or be really careful with business deals right now. Don't do anything that doesn't feel like you have more of an understanding, like quick, like you need to make a decision now, or it's going to, don't be rushed into anything. But don't go into any investments that are not like federally insured or anything like that. Just be really careful, because there could be some trickiness. There could be some shadiness going on underneath the surface. And you may not have like, the Star in reverse is usually still a very positive card, but it's almost like you don't have all the details. You can't see. It's like a clouded situation. You can't put the light on like what is the pinpoint, what's bothering you, or you like are unsure about. Follow your gut and intuition. Also, just like make sure that you have things like backed up and saved, because I feel like if you try to put in, let's say you're trying to do like a sale, or you're buying stocks or whatever, maybe like technology breaks or messes up. Just be careful, like have receipts, keep things. You might want a paper trail of something just in case. Career, slow and steady wins the race with your career or your job hunt. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands and we have the Page of Coins. So I feel like for many of you, this is kind of at the start of something. Maybe you started a new job, or you're going to be starting a new job, and that does feel like that could happen. The 6 of Wands is victory, success, achievement. So you could get that phone call and say, hey, you've gotten the raise, you got the job, welcome to the company, welcome to the job, here's your desk, yay. But it's going to be a slow and steady process to kind of really get your feet, figure out what all the office politics, behaviors, personalities. So don't get too frustrated that you're not there yet. Sometimes it takes a good 6 months to actually really figure out what the hell you're doing. If you're at your current job, I feel like you've really have some type of recognition or accolade that's coming your way, that people are noticing all the hard work that you've done. And again, it's like you're just kind of taking it in stride, which good for you. But this could lead you to and put you on maybe a higher path, or, getting you ready for a higher position in the company. And it's going to be a steady road, but again, you're making forward progress. So that's very exciting for a lot of you if that is the case. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I usually try to keep these videos a little bit shorter. Follow me on TikTok. Also follow me on Instagram. And thank you again. See you soon.